Oh my God, Michelle's joined us.
Yay!
Hey!
Hey! That's awesome. That's awesome.
How perfect is that?
Well,
Oh my God. And Cindy's here.
The entertainment bureau.
Oh my God. Oh my
I'm just
God.
gonna grab my tea.
Oh, awesome.
Thanks.
Oh, I must be able to see more people. I've only got Gabrielle and I need to
Yeah,
look at more
no.
people.
If you click up in the corner.
In the corner. Oh, hang on.
Can you see that, Alan? And it gives you an option of, I don't know
Yep.
what it's called. Hi, Cindy.
Switch to group or something. Yep. Cindy with her iPad ID.
Yeah, that's it. Looks like she's having technical difficulties.
I love it. I love it. She looks like me. That's what I was like. Oh, what am I plugging in? What am I tapping? What am I? Yeah. Keeping it real. Keeping it real.
Rochelle must be in her. Oh no, maybe she's not in her garage. I wonder what room that is. Oh no, I think it's her Reiki room.
I think she's going to be ironing while she talks to us.
Quite possibly.
Straightening out a few things.
Hello.
Hey, Cindy.
Yay.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, good.
I love it.
How did Saturday go?
It was really good, eh?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Nice and cruisy. Beautiful warm fire. Yummy tea. Lots of food. Yeah.
Oh, heaven.
And
You would've- Sorry, go Al.
and a few casual conversations.
Yeah.
Casual.
Yeah, exactly, Cindy.
Pretty low key, huh?
Yeah, nothing too exciting.
No, I bet.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm glad you
good.
made it, Cindy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
How was your week? How's your week?
Interesting question. So after I had the conversation, I don't know if you remember last week, I was like, I don't know if I'll get used to this new change in me. I go to sleep, I wake up the next day, and it's like it's normal.
Yeah.
And now I don't know any different.
Yeah, awesome.
Sorry?
No, Gabrielle was saying the way you said it, it was, it'll happen quickly. Yes.
Yeah, very quickly. So that was good. I don't know. I can't even remember the week. Yeah, it just goes. But actually I had an incident where I felt, I wanted to buy something. It's really low, nothing special, but I wanted these pants, and I was like umming and ahhing, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. So I go into the city, and I was getting all this kind of, no, don't get them. I went to one place, didn't have them. Went to another, didn't have them. Then I finally went to a place and they had them, and I think it was like the last pair in the city. And then I buy them, and then I leave my sunglasses there. And I'd left, so I had to go back and get them. And I was like, what was I trying to learn there? But I still haven't figured it out. But I wore the pants, and I really like them. So I don't know.
That's so cool.
Oh my God, I love
And it doesn't matter. No, you like your pants.
No.
Yeah. And you got your glasses back. That's even better.
Yes. Yeah. So it was all fine, but it was like, what am I meant to be learning here? But I really want these pants, so I don't care.
I like that. That's cool. Hey, Rochelle, you're all sorted. Are you going to do some ironing while we're here?
Yes. I'm also going to make a little apple turnover and try to test the lighting on my computer. I feel like I'm kind of in the dark, but I don't feel like I'm in the dark. There we go. That's better.
You don't look in the dark. You look in blissness, actually.
I know, it looks like mood lighting.
Yes.
I'm in the mood, ladies. How about you?
Oh my God.
Do you two know each other, Rochelle and Cindy?
No, I've never met.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. What a beautiful way to connect.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have been at similar things together, being both friends of mine, but that aside, you may not. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
We won't hold that against you.
Yeah.
There's so many other things.
Thank you.
We all, and they all can sing now. Yeah.
I just wanted to mention before we went much further is that I'm recording the session.
Cool.
And the intention behind that is that we want to make it public. So just to make sure you two are comfortable with that.
Right, I'm out here.
What did you say? I'm out of here.
No, that's lovely. Thank you.
You're all cool.
Yeah.
Well, obviously we're all finished now because we've said hello. Nah, I mean, there's nothing to talk about. So, what's all happening in everyone's world? How about we go to Rochelle came to the cup of tea the other day. What did you get out of there, and what did you find, or what triggered, or how's it been in the last few days?
Lovely. Let's see, what did I get out of there? That, I'm responsible. That's one of those subtle and consistent messages that's fabulous to hear. And there's always another spot on the spiral that it relates to. Yeah. Oh yeah. But I love it. I love it because once it's yours, you're in your area of influence. Once it's yours, you can do something with it. So that's gorgeous. And like so many other things, I really enjoyed being around the table. And I had kind of a thing, I had a feeling I'd been carrying for a couple of days, and so I knew it was mine, and I knew it was my stuff. But it's always lovely when you have group discussion, because it kind of gets answered in a couple ways. The feeling continues to evolve and shift, and you are sitting around with women that are honest and open. And this is a very human experience, and I delight in that. And there is nothing more like having your own cheerleaders and just seeing and go, oh fuck, I can be human too. All right, I got this. I can be human. Yay! Perfect. And that's kind of like having permission to work on the things that you want to work on, because that's the shit that makes the garden grow.
I love it. I love it.
It's awesome.
With the children, and then that was the metaphor in the back of my mind.
No, I like it.
Now I'm gonna make some stuff grow.
Well, we're all sorted. Look at that. We can converse about anything then.
I loved that, Rochelle. It was beautiful.
I know.
Beautiful.
We could listen to her all night.
I am a Leo. Be careful what you wish for.
I'm totally open to it.
Gorgeous.
So, is there anything with anyone that's really popping up?
I've had some vulnerability. I was saying it to Cindy before. I've had vulnerability this afternoon, which I would be happy to explore. I mean, I certainly know what's triggered it, and I know it's not that, but go
for it.
Yeah.
Let's listen to you answer yourself.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's very present. I'm selling a unit that I own, and I kind of feel like it's I've been holding it like a bit of a security blanket.
Yeah.
And I feel quite vulnerable at the idea of not having it. Yeah. And that's the present day story.
I love it. That's the story. That's what did I write? That's the main meal. The main meal. So now for the side salad of the vulnerability.
Refresh button.
Are you right, Rochelle? Oh, she's got a frozen smile.
She's
How
frozen.
gorgeous.
I know.
How gorgeous.
Actually.
She's glowing from within.
Oh.
So where'd you go? What did you end up with? What did you?
Well, there she is.
Yeah.
I started having a sense of times when I've been vulnerable.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that's really, I mean, I can certainly describe them, but that was really where I got to with it, and just allowing myself to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And being kind to myself with it.
Yeah. Too easy. This is going to be a really quick, quiet night because we've just solved the world, really, haven't we? It's like Cindy's on she's on a hum because she's kind of, oh, there goes, well.
Oh, hello.
No, it's all relevant. It's relevant. Actually, that could be for me because I've had things coming. I've been saying lately that I'm getting messages that we're not in the same field of play. So I'll be talking to somebody and they'll be receiving it from their field of play, and it's just the total cross messages that are, and they're totally understanding from their place, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's not what I was talking about. So, and it's like that, but it's kind of now played out, and with you cutting in there, it kind of reminded me of fragmented stuff that I've been getting lately. And I went to do the accounts for New Zealand, and I've printed them off this afternoon, and all the printing is kind of, because of obviously the printer needed a clean, which obviously that could be me too. So we gave that a clean, but it's all come through fragmented, like there's bits and pieces. No, it was still totally readable, and I reckon it's kind of, it's playing out. So it's playing out in my, Tyler, Murray, just communication stuff. Even with my family, like I'm kind of reading, I'll kind of question something, and then I'll ask my mum and my sister, and they're all on different pages and waves, and I'm like, so everything's mixed messages.
How does that make you feel? Are you just fine with that?
Yeah.
Or is it frustrating?
No. Well, I probably could. I don't feel that. I'm curious about it. Yeah, I don't know.
So you have no reaction to?
No, it's like it's just what's happening in my arena at the moment, and allowing it to play.
You know what, though, Ali? For me, it's like a timely reminder of actually we can say something and it can be heard completely differently. And that can often, like I know in my relationships that has led to arguments about things, and it's like, actually you don't know what happened there. You don't know if, if you said something, or actually they just heard something different, and actually really it doesn't matter, because if you're owning your own reaction, then it doesn't matter.
I'm curious because it's just not in the house. It's like coffee dates, different people. Even at the table the other day, I'm talking and even with it was good having a foreign language, because that was even kind of emphasized even more for me. Like getting a point of view across, which really doesn't matter whether it does or not. So I'm in that space, yet I'm aware of the space that I'm playing in at the moment, because it's in lots of fields, which is great that it's in lots of fields and I'm aware, and it doesn't really matter, because then it's not going to have such a big impact, and it has to be a big thing to shake me up, to get my attention, whatever. I mean, it's like we can say it's absolutely nothing anyway. It's just really, I thought it's kind of, that's an observation from where I'm at. And perhaps I'm kind of looking at myself. I'll just kind of go. I'm kind of feeling that it's obviously symbolic and something unfolding, and it's all got to be fine-tuned, and it's not fine-tuned at the moment. It's still kind of coming together.
Beautiful.
Out of doing the counts. I did get frustrated doing the counts, though, admittingly. So, and that's so funny. God, no, it's not. It was the 2 hours of printing off the printer and the 20 minutes of doing the accounts. It's so funny. I was like, oh yeah, no, that's totally, and you totally know when you're in it that you. But it's an old habit, eh? Like you used to think of doing taxes and stuff. Oh my God, I don't want to do it. Don't want to do it. Don't want to do it. And you get your head in that space, and then it plays out to be the dramatic space of whatever. And today I was I hadn't been in the mood to do it because I've been over there, and I'm kind of like, I just wanted a break from the New Zealand stuff. And then it was like I had no plan on when it's going to happen. And then I thought, oh, I might as well start today and start printing. And then thinking, oh, God, I'm going to have to go through and write on all these that I can't read. But I didn't actually have to do it. I probably had to write 3 things because all the rest was non-claimable anyway. So it all played out in its perfection. Probably fragments of old frustration of the old days, maybe. I don't know. Really irrelevant. Yeah, so that's my biggest drama. Apart from my food thing, I've got in everybody at the moment. So I must have a food thing. Everybody. Yeah, it's everybody. I have an issue sometimes with people, especially family, and what they're eating.
I hear you.
And I know it's not. And I know they're okay with it, and it's only me that's not okay with it. So I'll claim that. I'm curious because of our conversation, though, Gabrielle, about. So what I've understood in my experience is that things are changing up a bit, and how I kind of read life is quite, kind of different. Well, not different. Everybody reads it like that, but how I make a story of it. Therefore, the food thing is kind of playing itself out at the moment, and I'm seeing Murray and Tyler and stuff, and I'm reflecting stuff to them, and sometimes get a reaction, sometimes don't get a reaction from them. Yet I'm calm as anything. So am I transmitting from a place of because they are me, so there's an issue within myself, or am I as well as, because I think it's a bit of both, as well as transmitting from a observation role, because I have no attachment in the end to it. But through the process, I like to play in it. I don't know. And overthinking it. Really? Because it really doesn't matter. I mean, honestly. Yeah, but I think that's where we're at, and like in this group, particularly tonight, is that we're in that group that is so observational of our experience, so much taking responsibility, so much that therefore everything that we're going to discuss is like, oh well, does it really matter? I
love it.
Yeah.
I had a funny experience today. I pulled into this bakery I've never been to before. Well, no, I've been there before, but it was ages ago. And I pulled in and I opened up the car door, and I was pulled right next to a huge puddle. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I thought, and then I jumped out, and I had to really jump over it. And I said to myself, oh, lucky I'm mindful. And then Paddy wanted to get out. I wasn't planning on taking him out, but he wanted to get out. And I was like, that was, anyway, I was like, okay, so you can get out. So I got him out. We went in, and then there was this, we were last in, and there would have been maybe 8 people in front of us, which was completely fine. But I read on the board that they said, we've got all these, if you've got allergies, don't buy our products. And they had a list, and it basically had all of Paddy's allergies. And I was like, surely I can get a loaf of bread, which is all I need, and it'll be fine for Paddy. So finally they got to me, and they said, I said, oh, look, I just want to clarify, do you put milk products in your bread? And they're like, oh, we can't guarantee that there's not milk product in the bread. And I was like, oh, okay. So I walked out, and I thought, geez, I should have known when I saw the puddle not to get out of the bloody car.
Oh, how gorgeous. It's
Oh.
because allergies have been playing around all weekend then for you.
Yeah, yeah. It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true.
Yeah, so Cindy on Saturday, Patty had a little bit of cheese or something and had a bit of a reaction. That was we gather so.
What happened to him?
No,
What happens when he eats dairy?
he gets hives, but
yep.
So he went out with his dad and came back into the room. It was probably about 2 hours, and his whole face was red. And
yeah, it was the perfect time to have an allergy, because then we went into what can we read into that?
Yeah, funny,
which was great. It was a good topic of conversation though.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if Gabrielle's mentioned this too, but a couple of times in my life I've said I need a break, and it's the worst fucking thing I can ever do.
Yeah.
I ended up in hospital for 6 weeks the first time and off work for 10 weeks. And the next time I said it, I ended up in hospital. I don't know for how long, but it was fucking annoying. And I was like, be so conscious of what you say.
Yeah.
And now I've finally realised that I need to say I need a holiday.
I love holidays. Yeah, I love holidays. Yeah. Terminology.
Yeah, break. No good.
No. That is so true.
Anyway.
That is so true. I think too, because once you become aware of the word and what you're saying and bits and pieces and the emphasis on creating and what you're actually doing, you can totally pick it up afterwards. Like you go, oh my God, I so said that.
Yes.
Oh my God, I had that this morning. I was hopping in the shower and I was expecting the window cleaning guy to be here at 8. He didn't turn up, so at 8:30 I hopped in the shower and I said to myself, I bet you the window cleaner turns up when I'm in the middle of the shower. Halfway through the shower, ding dong, and I thought, and I came out, got changed, and I said to him, oh my God, I knew you were going to do that. I said, I had this thought, rah, rah, rah. I said to him, what I needed to do was say delete and then say the window cleaner is going to turn up once I get dressed.
So true.
Just see it a different way.
But really, that's all it would have taken. Anyway. Yeah, I love it though.
Yeah.
I'm quite curious. I find myself saying things and I go, oh, no, don't go there, and try and change it. Do you think once you change it, it stays changed, or do you think it's the first one, or it doesn't matter?
That's really interesting, because I've been kind of playing with nothing. The nothing is anything, when out of nothing. So once you birth the motion of whatever the focus, word, thought, whatever is ignited, then you get like multiple realities of its experience, like endless possibilities. So and endless contrasts. So there's out of one thought or one perspective comes multitudes of playgrounds and experiences. So therefore I think as soon as you give something a focus, the outcome has many playgrounds, many realities, many many ways to experience it. But I think it would come down to the most dominant frequency that you're functioning at to what you attract.
Right. Yeah,
that's interesting.
That's interesting. Right.
Can I share something on that?
Yeah, go for it.
Personal experience. It doesn't matter.
Oh yes.
When I was a child, I guess I was attracting. I'll put 5 minutes. No. 3 children.
And that's good. Keeping it real.
Oh yeah. But like something that was quite often said to me was, "Are you all right?" But it was really said in that you're not all right. kind of thing. And that had become one of my little voices in the back of my head. Are you okay? You're not okay. It's like, you know, and then I discovered my mantra, and I would fight back against it, but or engage in it. But when I was in a healthy space with it, I was like, oh, fuck that. I'm so okay. Like, really okay. Like, I got this. And then I was like, oh my God, I got this. And that became my new mantra. And just like that little, you know, hamster wheel goes in the back, it still goes, but now it goes, I got this. I got this. And it's so full of joy. And I'll think of something, wobble, wobble, and I'll be like, I got this. Or someone will throw something extra on my plate and be like, oh, is that okay? And I'll be like, I got this. And I accept that. And it's awesome. You know, washing the dishes. Oh, I don't really want to do this. I got this. You're just like, I got this. But, you know, it's the repetition, but it's a really positive place that I get to jump to very quickly. And now that voice is going, and this voice is going, and and it's nice, you know, and I can feel if I feel wobble and it doesn't feel right, I just jump back to that feeling to replace that one. And I'm sure I have multiple others that I will get to explore. And I hope it's that playful when I get there.
I think you will be. You're just too cute. So that's what I reckon. Yeah, I know. I just think there's from a point of creation comes everything, you know. So if creation started from a point, and out of that came something, and out of that came something, and out of that came something, and it continued. So there's many variants and degrees of its experience that one point has created. So it's almost like saying we're all, you know, personalized version of the creation. So therefore, it is the creation having an experience, and we get to personalize it our way.
Yeah.
And that would be the same with any thought that you have or any feeling that you have, because you think that is having an experience through your persona and your perspective and your way. So then it has variants of its expression.
So for example, you wake up, you go, oh, I can't be fucked with today. And you go, actually, you know what? I'm fucking great. And then suddenly you are great. So I suppose you're coming from a stronger point of view and a more empowering point of view when you say you're great. Well, it feels better. It makes you feel happier.
Different playground. And look, we know that, you know, we've talked about nothing's different because it's all the same. And the reality that we play in is that we have created a feeling that goes with that playground, which we adopt and we experience, which is different to the one that we've previously created. It's, you know, and as you override it, it all becomes the same. And it's not.
But one's more fun than the other.
Like
it feels. It feels like it. I enjoy it more.
Because we've created that perspective and we've created that from a point. And it's like, I get it. It's in the morning, I wake up and you're feeling flat and whatever. And I've actually been doing the same. I've kind of like having a bit of a flat point. And look, hey, embrace the flat points as well. I'm just probably a bit over those. So I'm kind of like, okay, I have a choice that I can play. So I'll play in talking to myself like, I lay in bed in the morning and I'm sitting there talking how good I feel. Grateful I've got legs to stand on, grateful I'm breathing, grateful, you know, all those simplistic things. And I look forward to class, you know, like a balance class today, even though I'm thinking, oh, it's so warm in here, I don't want to get, you know, and placing, seeing the ladies and what I enjoy, all the elements that I do enjoy. And you get there and it's a whole different experience than, you know, got to get up, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. And I think that's just an old programming, you know, but now we get a choice of programs. Switch to the channel. You know?
What's the fun program?
Well,
you know, they're all the same, but
I get what you're saying, but from a perspective that was we've been looking at for so long, we can differentiate. With the perspective that we're looking at now, it's all the same, because at the end of the day, it's just a switch in the moment that you choose to participate, and how you react and stuff is purely a choice. And you're sitting from that playground, whereas before you were just automatically programmed to run the old, this is what I do, and I just do this and this and this. Whereas now we're sitting back here with, I can have this experience or this experience or this experience. What do I want to make of that?
Yeah, and on that note, I really have an issue of labeling everything as good, bad, whatever, and it's really irritating.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I hate it.
Yeah,
I know I shouldn't. Okay. I don't like doing. I prefer not.
Don't engage. Don't engage.
Come to peace with it. Come to peace with it. At the end of the day, I was just saying to Gabrielle, when you're stepping back again, and you're saying good or bad, it's almost like there's no attachment, because you can't feel the difference. And so so this is a really cool subject to go into. So the intention that we function from becomes the vibration of its experience. So therefore, the good and bad, if you're functioning from the intention of no difference, they're both the same. So, but if you're playing in another reality or another consciousness or whatever you want to, another thought process, another playground, whatever it is, and your intentions perhaps aren't at peace with the whole world, then your reaction and your experiences are going to be different experiences, and you will add energy into those different playgrounds. So if you're functioning from probably a peaceful playground within all aspects of self, say, therefore your intention and vibration goes into that same, whether it's good or bad, it's just going through the same space and the same energy. So you're not in the biggest scheme of things. If you think about what we are, we create more of. If you want a life of peace to create, it's not affecting the good or the bad. It's just the same. So you actually, you're not. It's almost like deleting a hell of a lot of programs if you're thinking about it. Without it doing it.
The thing is that I don't have attachment to either, and I don't see them as different, but I still label it. It's like it's like an old programming, and I keep saying it. It's like, but I still react to saying it, because I'm like, I don't want to have that judgment of it.
I think that's just a space that you're at this moment, because you're processing a whole lot of new information, a way of seeing life. So therefore, that's not really what I want to give it. But stop thinking that, because your intention's not to give it anything anyway.
Yeah.
And you're self-punishing yourself for something that I don't think your intention's purely not in that space anymore that it was probably 6 months ago.
Yeah, you're right. I think I make a bigger deal about me saying it, because I don't actually have a reaction to either.
I think it's
sorry.
No, that's perfect. I think that's what it's about. It's getting to a place of non-reaction. We were talking about that on Saturday with the vegan stuff.
Yes.
And we're saying
funnily enough, yes.
No, it's a really interesting conversation, because I also came home and had this with my husband, and I can't remember what we were talking about, but anyway, he was feeling vulnerable or emotional or whatever, and we're talking about the vegan stuff on Saturday, and we're talking about reactions that teach us more about ourselves, but is it not okay to have emotion with it? Like we're trying to work out emotion and reaction and stuff, and what is the difference? So we come to this understanding that what if, because everything's what if you're watching something and you're getting emotional and stuff, and it is what it is, because that's part of the process of you playing in that playground, and it's all okay. But it's left there, and it's not, you're not advocating, or you're not, it's not winding you up, or you don't have to beat the drum of it afterwards. Whereas a reaction is having an effect, and or needing to speak out about, needing to do something, needing to, it's hit you emotionally, and then but it keeps coming back round, and you keep getting things like, so you keep seeing the trucks with the animals being slaughtered, or you'll keep seeing a billboard with it, or you'll keep seeing, and they just keep hitting you in the face repetitively. Then I think it becomes yours. It's something to do with you, compared to having an emotion that it's not nice and you don't like it. And on the big scheme of things, do we truly understand it? But you're okay to let it be without,
I'm vegan, and
oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And so I've had lots of emotions attached to it recently.
Yep.
And I still can't figure it out, and it plays out on a physical level. I've considered reintroducing eggs or something, and I had such a reaction to it, and I made it so big.
Yep.
Tears were shed.
Yep.
And in the past, I've had plenty of therapy, reintroducing certain things into my diet.
Yep.
And yeah, I don't know, like, I wonder if it's interesting. It's an interesting play, because like I for me personally, I wonder if it's ego. It's like, well, this is what I've decided to do. And I almost feel like I'd be letting myself down, but the benefits that I feel of it, if I can explain the story behind it, I feel like this is all about me. I'm so sorry.
No. We totally all benefit. We've worked that out. No matter one person helps us all. So don't be sorry. Go
I'm
for
not
it.
running away. I just have to take something out of the oven.
Yeah, go for it.
So basically, I had a double transplant, and I prefer being vegetarian or vegan.
Yeah.
And I rejected the organs, and I did some research, and I felt like if I gave up dairy and animal products, it would be beneficial. And as soon as I did that, my rejection started to dissipate. So that's why I became vegan the last time.
Yep.
And I wonder if it's fear-driven as well, like if I reintroduce certain products that might benefit my health.
Yeah.
There's a fear, but there's also, I know there's an ego, like, oh, this is what I am. And I don't know whether I think I'm letting myself down or being hypocritical. Like, that's all ego, I suppose. Yep. And then there's the fear as well. Like, I feel like it's so fucking loaded. And then I just had to let it go. Awesome. Like, I just went, you know what? I don't need to deal with it at this point. Reintroducing a fucking egg into my diet.
Yep. I think I think if you look back in the beginning of your story, the word is I prefer. And so what? I prefer to do certain things. I prefer certain milks. It doesn't matter. Is that a personal choice, or is it a dominant factor from a belief installed of something?
It energetically feels lighter for me. Like, I feel happy inside. Like, it makes me feel
if you're happy inside, does it matter that you're vegan?
The non-consumption of animal products makes my energy feel lighter.
Is that an experience or a belief?
No, I think that's an experience. I would say experience.
I wonder
if that's ego.
Yeah, I'd say the giveaway pointers was that I think. You didn't give me a straight whatever, and then you went on to start going down a story path line. It could be ego, whatever. It'd be a curious one for you to play with, but the reality is, like you said, does it really matter? Because you don't get to understand it somewhere along the line. But I'm more, if everything's a living organism, we wouldn't be, which we believe and understand to be, we're killing lettuces as much as we're killing animals. So we just keep it. I get that sort of, it's okay. I'm not. I actually quite like vegan food. That's a preference. I do eat meat though. But like I was saying on the weekend, I haven't eaten beef in years. And then I go to New Zealand and someone cooks me up mince, and mince is one thing that usually makes me reach. I don't know why. It's just something that does. Anyway, they cooked it up and it was awesome, and I had two platefuls, you know. So again, it's just being present in the moment for what it is, without giving it any extra attention of what you think it may be. I think your biggest words were prefer. I think that's what I got from you. I prefer. If you preferred because of something else, but other than because it feels good and I like it, then you probably got some different. If I prefer because it's there's this reason and this reason and this reason in my health and health is one thing, because if you're eating something and it feels good for your health, well, hey, keep eating it. Like, seriously, because you've formulated the belief between that and the food, and it's working for you. Hey, who cares?
That's totally. I get it. I'm like, I don't know whether the at the time whether the treatment started to work or it doesn't matter.
It's like the placebo. They could have given you something else, and you would have gone, oh, that's it, and I'll take this or whatever. But at that moment, that was that point, and it could be, it couldn't be. Who really cares? Are you happy? Are you? Yeah. You know. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Swim in the ocean.
Yeah. It's such a And the funny thing is, the mind's so powerful. Like, my mind can go into even thinking about an animal product and wanting to vomit. But that, I know that's completely my mind. It's not a physic, but it can play out so strongly physically. And it's the thought of something, like it's, it's the mind is so powerful.
I think that's the reality, is you're owning an understanding of it. And I've got nothing, whether you're vegan or not, with people altogether, because again, that's just another playground. Look, I wouldn't give a fuck what anybody does or whatever anybody eats. I love it.
But it's about me.
What you enjoy. This is your experience. What are you enjoying? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah. Sorry.
No.
Thanks.
Just sorry, not sorry. Don't be sorry.
Sorry.
Actually, that's another fine line point we were talking about a couple of months ago. Here I am swinging my pen. We were talking about, and it was like, sorry, not sorry. So a lot of people say sorry for the sake of sorry, with the understanding the intention behind it, and then we get into us. Someone said, sorry, you've lost a family member or whatever, and I'm sitting and don't be sorry. We understand, because they're heartfelt. Their intention's already there. It's not a thing to be sorry about, yet we use it so much as a term, and as a word. I think sorry for this, sorry for that, and I do it all. I'm sorry, and then I'm like, so my joke at the moment, sorry, not sorry. I get it. Because your intention behind it all is purely like, from someone's heart when they're just cuddling you or whatever, there's no word for it. It just is.
Yeah. Cool. I like it.
How's that oven? What's it cooking, Rochelle?
Oh, I slightly burnt an apple turnover crumble. I slightly burnt an apple crumble that Leonardo helped me make. So
only slightly burnt?
Only slightly. Like, I'll still feed it to them. I'll just put the crumble on the bottom and the apples on the top when I put it in the lunchbox.
Priceless. It's only
Don't worry, it's vegan and gluten-free.
No judgment.
But I really enjoy animal products. No, it's gorgeous. Between Gabrielle talking about veganism, because there is this really there's something coming out of your vibration about it that's actually quite clear and endearing, and it's interesting to see you working on it, with it, towards it. And then just like little filters of things that I've been going through. I thought it was so magical. I think I mentioned when we were speaking on the weekend about watching The Magic Pill, and there was a lady who was vegan until she went to the level of trying to grow her own vegetables, and she's kind of come really full circle on it. And like, I don't give a shit, you know what I mean? Like, it's all good. But I was vegetarian for years. And I don't eat a lot of meat, but I also was fortunate enough to be raised really closely with the Native American medicine and their tribes. So I've done like what Westerners would call taxidermying. I've done a lot of spiritual work with animal bones, animal medicines. But yeah, so I was vegetarian for years. And then from a health perspective, I really could not keep my iron up, not with shitloads of spinach, not with iron supplements. And it got to the point that I needed a steak about once a month. But it was so funny because it was like having a dream of Kali, and she came into me, and it would be literally full moon on my period, and I would feel like a fucking werewolf. Like, I would go from this peaceful, I want a salad, I love broccoli, to like, I'm gonna fucking sink my teeth into a cow's ass and feel better. And it was so funny, but it was this grace of just listening to my body and giving it what it needed. And I would have a tiny steak when I had my period, I'd be fine. Yeah. I didn't hate myself in that moment. And just because I had eaten meat on that day didn't mean I had to eat it every day. It was just a matter of checking in. And so that was just a really interesting process. And like I said, today I gardened with the kids, and it was so beautiful because we were talking about, how mushrooms and meat on a, cellular level are almost identical. Talking about the energy that you're putting into raising your vegetables. Like, it's not just planting them with intentions, but if you want to go read them a story at night, if you say loving words to them, and then that's kind of a conversation. And but just that it's all full circle, and it's all okay, and all people's choices are okay. And it was just interesting because that play was very present for me today. And it was interesting because it was watching the vegan talking about putting blood and bones into the dirt because it's so important for the growth of vegetables. And then watching Gabrielle go through, the vegan thing, that somehow in my chemical pot of my brain, it released something. I went, oh, fabulous. I can go plant my garden now. I have no idea. But anyways, sorry, that was story.
No, I think it's valid topic, valid, because it's the variance of degrees of where we all play. Like, especially with you, Gabrielle, at the moment, is like this whole vegan thing seems to be floating around your, like we're saying, we can see it around your energy. We're all talking it. I mean, I when I first met you was showing you all these vegan stuff because I'm sitting there literally convinced you're vegan, even though you're not. And so we're all watching you go, whoa, what's going to, and really it doesn't matter. And is it just a different energy that you're tapping into at this particular moment in time? That seems to be, it's a bit like someone saying, oh, Archangel here or Archangel, well, at the moment it's all vegan,
Well, it's funny you say that because after our conversation on Saturday, I sat down at, I sat down at lunch on Sunday that Fergal had cooked, and he'd cooked this beautiful kangaroo stir fry, and Patty grabbed my plate and was picking all the vegetables off it, and I was left with mainly meat.
How perfect.
And I was like, oh, there you go. And it was yum. It was absolutely beautiful, and I actually really enjoyed it and just allowed it to be as it was. So, but it was very funny because I was like, wow, I'm not even going to get to have a little bit of vegetables here. I mean, he left all the meat for me.
But I think that's the whole thing, not controlling life and telling life, I'm doing this because of this and this because of this. It's just just being so present and allowing what's presented to you to be. And I think that's the difference of you can structure life into how you want it to be. Okay, I'm not denying that. You can play it out and you can focus on certain things.
Just a minute. Sorry, guys. Patty's just come in vomiting. I'm just going to.
Okay. Yep.
I'll be 2 seconds.
Yep. Go. Oh, wow. Okay. You guys all right?
Yeah, good.
We'll all hold that space. Okay. We're all kind of going. All our energy's just gone. So we'll just have to recenter ourselves here. Yeah, but now where were we? Now, hang on. Food.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah. How funny!
I know.
Waiting for my computer to glitch.
Yeah. We're all going to go. See how it swings. But at the end of the day, I think that's just keeping ourselves in that space to what's right here now, instead of formulating what we think we would like to achieve, instead of just being present to the experience.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, thank you. I really like that. Yeah.
And I haven't tried kangaroo meat, so I was just going to hit her up about. So obviously I'm not meant to have kangaroo meat quite yet because she's disappeared. Yeah,
it'll present itself in the right time.
But yeah, so the whole and vegan again is just like we said is I think that's a really great topic, and I think we've pretty well covered it. But I think there's, because I'm a real, like, I go out to this, the cafe conscious craving, obviously.
Love it. It's
awesome. And so they're probably quite advocates, vegan. They're very strong with their it doesn't stop me either way. Like, they can have their playground, and I enjoy their playground. I go out there and enjoy their food, enjoy their drink, enjoy their whatever. But it doesn't dominate my soul. That's probably what and which is another area Gabrielle and I have been talking about this week, is about playing in every area instead of one dominant area of your being. So in life, there's so many areas that, like you've got your work area, you got whatever. And even talking spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, they're all just areas and not one dominating, allowing us to experience all of them, play in them. And I think that whole awareness, choice, being aware, swing with whatever's happening in the moment. So that's, that's kind of, I'm pretty cruisy, actually. You guys are pretty sorted. You didn't even need, we just turned up and have a cup of tea and a chat. Hey, how cool. How simple and easy is that?
Why, wasn't supposed to be anything else?
I know. Oh, okay, last week was a bit more full intense, wasn't it? It was kind of a lot of dynamics, which happens, different groups, different energy, different space, different things, and what one can pull out on a day can draw out so much more of everybody else's, which triggers a lot more scenarios. So I'm kind of like swinging by my day thinking, what did I do today that's relevant, irrelevant, apart from the taxes, which I think, I'm pretty stoked I've got those sorted. Yeah,
well done.
It's like, and this just turned up. So
yeah, good.
So what about you, Rochelle? You got anything that you want to swing by? Oh, wise child.
Oh, bless you. You want to see my ID? No, not at the moment. Not anything that's being a splinter. I know we all have those moments, and they come up, and it's wonderful. To work on them. I have my same olds, and getting to be more comfortable with them, and I'm just very curious the grace of like how things should be. Like today for me was a classic one of those. I got up and it was like, well, I should clean the house and I should put the dishwasher on before I go, and I should. Yeah. And and then I checked in with myself and I was like, I'm tired. Like I don't care what the reasons are. Like, I'm fucking tired.
Yeah.
So bed.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's taken me years to get there, really.
Yeah.
And so now it's 9:00 and I'm making food and putzing. I'll have a gorgeous day instead of the kids going, on electronics, which I'm not against. But it wasn't the day for it. We went to Bunnings, got dirt, we put in a garden, we had, pizza and veggies for dinner. They got to watch a little bit of a cooking show, and then they've all gone to bed, and I feel lovely, which is nice. So now I know I actually get a bit of me time, and I will probably putz and clean, but I will come at it with a really nice feeling, not a heavy obligation. And like there's so much story behind that one. That's one of my big packages, but it's nice to unpack it slowly and consistently. And
creating, I think it's that new habitual creation, like the habit becomes your reality.
Yeah.
And so it's just keep chipping away, if you want to say, or, you know, even though we know you're already there, because, but, you know, the whole reality of the shift is like, as you know, we could get into the multi-dimensional realms, but you're already playing the game, but we'll partake in it this way.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a discussion with kids about the rainbow.
Awesome.
Someone was asking me about finding the pot of gold at the rainbow and if I thought it was possible, and I was like, I'm sure it is, but I think you'd have to, you know, be able to travel interdimensionally and sort through fractals and, you know, be able to see light and, you know, by the time you're there, who cares about the gold? You know? Fucking mountains of gold, kid. You know? You can travel universes. And he's like, Mom? But thankfully they're used to me being like that, so they're pretty good. Oh, I wanted to share one thing because I got your book. I got your book. I was very excited.
Yeah.
And I love, so the very first page I ever opened up to said, the oneness that shines within us is for all of us to see.
Ah, nice. Yeah.
I thought that was very cool. That was the first thing I stumbled on.
Well, that reminds me of a guy, actually, if I can just find it. The guy today, I actually said to him, not today, I was talking in New Zealand and met up with an amazing man that I think a lot of. I think a lot of everybody, but this particular guy, it was a throwback in time, and we were talking life over coffee, as you do, like everybody does, and but he was talking about being a better person, and I, in reflection, and I said, this is what I wrote to him: you're a good person. It's only your thinking that you are not that plays that way for you. I only see a great loving man as for what you see is the difference life will show you. And I think that's a simple way. Just you see it, but we can't see it ourselves. They can't see it. No, you know, and that's what life is doing to us consistently, is just showing us the difference.
Yeah. Moving to the feeling.
Yeah. Cindy, have you got anything to add to that? Or because I'm just thinking if we might call it an early one with let Gabrielle sort this out and
sounds good.
Yeah, just wing it.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm good. Yeah, but thank you. I learned a lot tonight. Yeah, I feel good.
Did you? I was like, what did we discuss? Seriously?
Well, you know, sometimes I put so much into something. Yeah. And I know that I don't need to, and just let it be. Yeah. And it'll be in that moment what it is. That's it.
Beautiful.
Easy. It's also easy.
It's also perfect to finish on.
Yes. Yeah. So perfect. I'll just put a label on it and
hashtag.
Hashtag label.
How gorgeous. How gorgeous.
Thank you both.
Yeah, no, you're okay. You're right, Rochelle.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Short and sweet. We'll catch you next time.
Okay. Ciao, ciao.
Cheers. See ya.
Bye.
Try and close it for her. Stop video. I think if we stop ours, she'll reset it.
Okay.
Leave meeting.
Huh. Hello. Huh. Am I in here on my own? Huh. Wow. Hello. Hello. Yeah, completely fine. Is everyone left the room?